So here's the arcade machine in its final form. So let's start with the physical layer first and then work our way down to the application layer. I got the entire wooden shell kit from a seller on Etsy. It came all pre-cut with the holes pre-drilled, and all I needed to do was screw in the screws that it came with. And I did have to use a little bit of wood glue to get some of those components sticking out, like the mount that's back here for the monitor. But other than that, it was pretty simple. As far as the colors, I painted the exterior this matte gray, and then the interior is all matte black. I kind of wanted to give it that 90s console vibe. As for the edging that goes around here, this is just some cheap furniture edging from Amazon. You just measure how thick you need it, and it has adhesive on the side, and you just rip it off and paste it right on. It really brings it together, kind of separates that matte black from the matte gray on the outside. This area here is all for exhaust. I have 3 fans mounted back here that are pushing air up and out. This is some filtering I got from an old PC. It's nice thick dust filter. I cut it up and fit it perfectly so that it slides where the marquee is supposed to go. You know, where in an arcade you would have like a picture here of some kind. In mine, it's just ventilation. As for the monitor here, this is just the cheapest 32-inch TV that Walmart had at the time. It's 1080p 60, perfect for what I need. Here is the power button right here. It connects to the motherboard exactly how your computer case would to power it on and off. Nothing too fancy I had to do for that. Just follow the connectors that were on the motherboard. And now we work our way down to the other monitors that we have down here. This monitor is connected directly to the motherboard. So this is actually a dual monitor setup that I have with computer in there. This is the secondary monitor, of course. I use it to show stats, show chat when I'm live streaming. And this screen here is actually a touch screen. It's connected to a Raspberry Pi 4 that these 2 cables lead to. I use it mostly for live streaming, but it's just an Android tablet. And here we have our button and stick panel. As you see, it is not a traditional panel. This side's pretty much stayed exactly how it was out the box, but this side I did a little bit of modification to, right? So as I was just building and iterating on the arcade machine, I started playing, more fighting games just inherently. So I did a little research. I saw fighting game players were using these hitbox style controllers, as they call them, where they're just full button layouts. There's no stick on them like a traditional arcade stick. But I will say that the full button layout did look comfortable. So I bought one of these. It's just a cheap open source project that I found online, so I figured that was right up my alley. So as soon as I bought this and tried it out, I immediately understood the hype. This thing was just so comfortable, it was just so responsive. It took a little bit to learn at first, but with how bad I already was with fighting games, it didn't take me that long to catch up with how good I was on a stick. So after I got comfortable with this, I went with this. I got a 30mm drill bit and basically drilled these holes in here. I think one of these two, I think this hole right here is the hole that already came pre-drilled. They just drilled another 30mm just like these for the joystick to make it easy. So I just drilled some more 30mm right alongside of it and put more buttons in there. The only modification that I had to do internally was that the Brook board in here that these buttons are all attached to, I had to buy an extra harness for it so that it could use the full button layout instead of a joystick. But it was pretty much plug and play after that. Now this big gap down here is primarily for air intake. So I have this dust filter here that I can take off. It's actually attached via a strip of magnet, and I put these metal stickers on here. So you can see that this is how this dust filter attaches. It just kind of hangs down there. There's a Raspberry Pi 4 that this screen is connected to. There's the motherboard for the main PC. It's running just a stock fan cooler. Power supply is over there. So the airflow kind of goes from over here, sucks in that cool air, blows it over top of the motherboard. There are those 3 fans that I mentioned that are up here that are sucking air and pushing it out up. So I'm hoping it kind of circulates. The temps are good. Look, I'll show you my temps right here. So not running hot at all. So let's get it into desktop mode and I'll show you all the specs. All right. Let's talk a little software. But first, I just want to clear a couple of things up. You working for anybody? CIA? FBI? Nintendo? I gotta take these things off. I can't see shit. So here's the arcade machine in its normal state. When I'm live streaming on the arcade machine, I'll probably pull up some stats here on the touchscreen, and then I'll have my chat on this monitor with the game running on this one, of course. But before we play some games, let's go over what's under the hood. So we're rocking Fedora 40. Our kernel is 6.10. Our front end is Plasma 6.2. Our CPU is an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. Our GPU is a Radeon RX 6700 XT, and we're running 16 gigs of DDR4. And for the main boot drive and only drive that's installed on it right now, it is a 2 terabyte drive. I'm not gonna be filling it up with Steam games necessarily because, a lot of arcade games don't really take up that much space, but I do have a lot of other software installed, which was kind of the plan, not just for this to be a Steam machine, but for also to run some emulators as well. So let me just give you a little peek at what software, just a little peek at it. This isn't all the software that's on it. We've got Dolphin, we've got DuckStation, we've got MAME. You know, that's why I had to pat you down before we got in here. I couldn't be bringing the feds up in here because, you know, we got emulation happening in here. Real sick stuff. And this is how things would load normally on boot. This has a script that will just load the resource monitor just automatically and full screen it over here. And then Steam just has the settings baked in where you can have Steam start on boot and then also have it start in the Steam big picture mode. Just keep it simple. This is kind of the ideal setup. We walk in, we hit our power button, everything boots up to what we have right now. And what I'll do, fire up some Street Fighter 6. And here we are, Street Fighter 6 running natively on the arcade machine. So when I've had a really long and stressful day on the bad screens over here, I always have the good screen over here that I could go to. But this arcade machine did teach me a lot. It kind of taught me that, you know, I'm not gonna learn everything from just running scripts at work, and I'm not gonna learn everything just using Linux as a desktop. The arcade machine kind of makes me expand my boundaries a little bit and learn Linux at a deeper level. So the more exposure I get to the arcade machine and wanting to fix things and customize it to the gaming console that I want it to be, the more I learn in the process. And if that sounds cool to you, consider subscribing so you'll know when I go live and also post updates about the arcade machine.